Welcome everyone to Rythmia's Facebook and YouTube page. My name is Meg. I'm so excited to be here with you guys again. As usual, for this month, I will be doing the I Got Your Miracle Facebook Live for Miss Kim Terranova, who's on vacation. And I'm here with an amazing guest, Fazila. Yes. So happy that you are here today. We just shared some lunch and just shared an amazing week of medicine. So
oh yes
here at Rythmia, I know if you're tuning in, you probably have a decent idea about what we do here, but we do focus on it's a life advancement retreat center here where we focus a lot on plant medicine, specifically Mother Ayahuasca, and moving through three very specific intentions with the medicine, allowing her to show us who we've become in this life so that we can dissolve the stories and the character that we've been playing all of this time, merge back with our soul. Typically at some point in between 0 and 6 years old, something typically happens to us where we split, we disassociate from ourselves, we create an ego version of ourselves to protect us from life, from our emotions. What we work with to do with medicine is figure out where that happened, when that happened typically, and connect back with the truth of who we are, our soul, and then have our heart healed. It's essentially the process, and it's a really magnificent one, if I do say so myself. This lovely lady, this is her third round here at Rythmia.
Yep.
So let's talk briefly about your first two experiences, what they were like, in a nutshell, and then what brought you back for this third trip.
Yeah. And, it's interesting you ask about my previous experiences too, Meg, because I got so much different stuff out of each one. My first experience was 2019. I came in March of 2019, and it was a very spiritual experience for me. So I do meditate, I do yoga in my daily life, but it felt like it was a different level, like a real heart opening, extreme realization from the heart, like embodied realization that my entire life is orchestrated, that everything is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to. So that was such a beautiful, beautiful experience. And I got little tastes of that through the week. And I found as I got into the medicine, I'd ask questions, whether it's about life or spirit. And I would get such solid answers from deep within that I felt like all my questions were disappearing. So that was just a stunning experience. So that was 2019. 2020 was a harder experience for me. It was a lot. I did a lot of work.
When in 2020 did you come?
2020 March as well. The week before it had to shut down for COVID.
I'm always curious, pre or post, because that can really affect people's experience.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So this was right before COVID, and which was great timing too, to go back into a crazy world, feeling so strong. And in that time, it was very much about ancestral work. Like I felt like I really worked on my mother's pain and how I was carrying it around with me, repeating similar patterns in terms of how I bring up my kids, how I live my daily life. A lot of issues around I should be doing this as opposed to what my heart really wants, and fighting what my heart was telling me to do. So there were a lot of rude awakenings, which were so badly needed, And
because we don't realize a lot of the time that we're living for someone else, or we're living in a character or role playing in life, right? We don't realize it.
Yeah, that was it. It was just like, wow, really? I thought I was an authentic self. And then I walked away from that experience saying, my gosh, I'm just touching on what truth and authenticity really is. I rehearse everything and care so much about what people think about me. It was so ingrained that was it was great to go back and continue to do the work in my life. So I felt like it brought me in a place where I could do that. Like it felt like it was a takeaways to go home with. That was 2020. And then Canada canceled all the flights to Rythmia last year. So I had to skip 2021. When my flights got canceled.
And I couldn't go home to Canada to visit my family for a long time. That's what happened, right?
Yeah. So I ended up not coming. It was like an annual event for me. Ended up coming now, March 2022. And just blown away by the experience. I've gone through some major life shifts. So that has been huge. I just went through a marriage separation. Came into this week with a lot of fear, never having been on my own after a 25-year marriage. and not exactly sure where I'm going and how I'm going to deal with my life totally on my own. Also fear around my kids. They're 18 and 20, and whether they're going to be okay now that the family looks very different. And I'm walking out of this week with so much confidence about the future. Like just that I know deep inside that everything is going to work out. And it doesn't have to look perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes, but that it's all going to work out. Because back to 2019, my life is orchestrated anyways. So yeah. It's like a full circle, right?
So this is what I love about, because she shared briefly with me at lunch about this, how each experience that you've had at Rythmia has been super different.
Yeah.
And the absolute perfect experience for you at that time. Yeah. And this trip, so much about what the medicine has given you has been the confidence to live this life, to be in this body, to be on this earth, walking the walk that you need to walk, that your soul, chose to a certain degree, right?
Absolutely. And so taken care of, really.
And being taken care of. And what the medicine does when we have this merger is it brings us back to trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in spirit, trust in the universe, trust that everything is working out for us, even when it seems like we're stuck in the middle of a tornado and life is falling apart. It's typically falling together, right? The way that it needs to.
Right.
And what a beautiful gift. And I think that this is a gift that a lot of people are longing for in their life. Just this certainty that everything is okay.
Yeah.
Even when it doesn't seem so.
Right. And I have such a deep knowing that it is, that it's unfolding exactly as it's supposed to.
Without questions.
Right. And when there are questions, I find like I'm able to ask here instead of ask here. And then it's not fear-based decisions. Yeah. My decisions are going to be based on what's my truth, as opposed to, oh my gosh, what's going to go wrong in the worry.
Yeah. Well, and this is something that we talk a lot about in our classes here, because we have a lot of classes that we share a lot of information about the medicine journey, about metaphysical teaching, spirituality, alongside the plant medicine that we offer here. And one of the things we talk a lot about is the idea that plant medicine done wrong, answers all the questions you ever had. Plant medicine done right eliminates the questions. Right? So when you are in the surrender mode to witness and feel and be and experience everything the medicine wants you to witness, experience, be, and feel in order to heal, right? Then you come to this place of trust, of a deep inner knowing where you just don't have questions anymore.
That's it.
And when you do, you already have the answer, right?
Right.
Which is a really, really incredible place to be.
And that's why when you say that about the classes, the reason I love Rythmia so much, and I have done plant medicine in other places, but I come back here because of the program. And even though it's my third time, and people wonder, aren't these classes getting repetitive? They never are. Like, I feel like the whole program supports me through the week. It's the yoga, it's the dance of liberation, like all of that. I find it all supports my plant medicine experience as well. Yeah. So cool. Yeah.
I mean, and that is a really beautiful thing. And I'm glad you brought it up, because that's what does really make the Rythmia experience so different, is that it is, 6+ years of restructuring and workshopping and figuring out exactly what is the best way to support people through this deeply powerful and potent experience with plant medicine. How can we best help them reflect upon, understand, and integrate all of these things we learn on the medicine and the classes, the physical practices of yoga and dance, the workshopping, the sharing circles, all of this stuff is super, super important.
And the people here, the conversations I have with people, I just have gotten so much out of that as well. It always amazes me that we're all doing this really personal therapy work in a group setting, but everyone's getting different things, exactly what they need. And then there's this opportunity to have these conversations with like-minded people. Yeah.
Conversations that you wouldn't likely have with anyone outside of.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Like you're on your first day here sitting over salad bar for lunch, and people are talking about their deepest, darkest fears. And in a safe, vulnerable space. Yeah. Which is exactly where most of us need to go in order to heal. And there's not a lot of places in the world that allow for that.
Oh, exactly. Where you feel leaving this week, I feel like this is family. It's such a beautiful feeling. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's been so great.
Oh,
I'll be back, you know
Yay!
that.
Good. So I don't have to say goodbye. I get to say see
No,
you
exactly,
later.
for
See you
sure.
next March.
Yeah, exactly. No more disasters around this world. I'm getting on a flight.
Yeah, we're done. We're all done with that.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much, darling.
My
so
pleasure.
appreciate you taking this time to share. I think
Yeah.
that this is a really beautiful conversation. And like I said, something that a lot of people out there, I think, are seeking, whether they realize it or not. Because people come to this work sometimes thinking, my life has been so great. I don't even know why I need this healing, but part of me really needs it. And those type of people oftentimes walk out of here with that sense, that newfound trust of themselves, and understanding that they are held. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest and best things that we can learn about ourselves. So.
Such a grace, really, to do this work. It feels that way. I feel honored.
Well, thank you. And I'm honored that you took the time to share.
Oh, my pleasure.
Anyone that's watching that feels like you know someone or want to share the word about this work, please share this video. Tag anyone in the comments that you think should have a look. We've kept it short and sweet. I wish you guys all a beautiful rest of your weekend.
Woo!
It's Saturday. Every day feels like the holidays here.
Yeah.
The weekend. But I'll see you guys here again next Saturday, same time, same channel, and we'll see you guys we'll see you next year.
Oh yeah, man, I can't get enough of Costa Rica here. So
all right, my friends. Ciao for now. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Mwah.